right, so this is going to be a quick little video on 3.3, which is rearranging variables for areas of interest, meaning can you rearrange the equation so that letters that were not alone are alone? Because sometimes we've got equations like this. 1/2, let me see, hold on. Perimeter equals 2L plus 2W. And so we've got the perimeter of a shape has this little formula. So if I know the length and the width, then I know the perimeter. But what if I don't have the length? What if I have just the perimeter? Or what if I have something that looks like this? This is the area for circle, area formula for a circle, and it's dependent on the radius. So area is the space inside a circle. The radius is the center out. So sometimes we want to know how much space we're taking up, but sometimes we know how much space we've got for the circle. We want to know how wide that circle is going to be. So we don't want the A to be alone. We want the R to be alone. And so that's where these manipulations of formulas come from. It happens a lot more in geometry about rearranging things. But you want to rearrange, you want to be able to have the option of rearranging things, right? So when you've got an equation like this, what jumps out at you probably is the parentheses. And we've been doing that since Unit 1. And so follow that instinct. You're like, okay, I'm going to bring down the y minus 8, but I think I'm supposed to distribute that 5 into that parenthesis. You should do that. 5 times 2 gives you a 10x. 5 times 3 gives you a 15. And now you're one step closer, right? So if that's all you know how to do, that's great. It's not really the full answer, but you're so close to it. Because remember what solve for y means. Solve for y means get y alone. So you have to start focusing on the y. And by y, I mean the physical y here, not like why we're doing this. We're doing this because it helps you make patterns and look for similarities and approach problems that are different with different techniques and same problems with same techniques. So we're trying to get you to do all this using math and symbols. But in this case, to get y alone, look what's over with the y. The only thing that's blocking the y from being alone is this thing here. And I'd love to be able to just do this. Look, y is by itself. But you can't actually do that. You can't just take your eraser and make something disappear if you don't like it. You can make it mathematically disappear, and that's what we're aiming to do. So if you just want to pick up your pencil and erase the minus 8 so that you can get this to happen, then think about how you can do that mathematically. To get that y by itself, we undo that negative 8 with a plus 8. Not with a plus 15, because that plus 15 has nothing to do with the y. It's all the way over here. So I'm not going to mess with this. I'm not going to mess with this. This totally isn't with y. Learn to focus on what the question's asking for. So if it says y, focus on y. All right? And if I'm going to add the plus 8 on the left side, I've got to do that to the right side. And now I can just kind of follow what I did. The negative 8 and the 8 together produce a 0. So I don't need to write that, but I do need to write the y equals. Nothing happened to the 10x, so I'm just going to bring that down. And 15 plus 8, I think, is 23. So now looking at your equation, did we get our y all by itself? We did. So that must be the answer. See? No big deal. Just manipulating equations by following algebra, by doing something that you've been doing since Unit 2 and 1, and just rearranging some things and following some simple logic of what you do to one side, you do to the other, just like you would in any traditional problem, except this has more letters in it, and that's okay. So do what feels familiar, and you'll be all right. Hope that helps. Oops, I didn't press the button.